So why aren't women attracted to you? So what are you doing that is wrong, that make you unattracted towards women? Well, that is a huge question. But in this video, I want to talk about the two things that I believe is so important for you to know as a fundamental basis, as a foundation of where you stand. I think these two foundations are very important for you to move on in life, basically, and make decisions, all right? So the first foundation is actually the basic knowledge of social skills, all right? I'm not talking about a pickup artist skill. I'm not talking about a couple of routines. I'm talking about proven social skills. Things that have been proven to work very well to increase likability, which is social skills. How to communicate with other people in a way that influence them, in a way that works great in social interactions. And remember, dating is a part of a social skill arena. So social skills is definitely the number one thing that you need to know somewhat the basic of what that actually means. What does it really mean to be good at social skills? And remember now, I'm not talking about any kind of how to attract women skill or how to behave in a certain way in front of an attractive woman. No, I'm not talking about those. Those are important, but this is not about that. This is about how good you are at talking to people in general. Because you have to be good at people and talking to people in general if you want to be good with women. It rarely goes the other way around. Rarely. You have to be good at this one first. Social skills. So that's the first foundation. And the second foundation, and now we're leaning a little bit more into women. Once you learn social skills to a certain level, I'm not talking about an expert level here, but you know how to go about a conversation and an interaction, all right? Then you need practice based on real life scenarios. So it's very easy to judge yourself when you're talking to a woman for the first time. You're nervous, you in some way, what can I say? You mess up with your words, you just don't get the flow, and then you judge yourself immediately, like, I'm not good with women, I'm never going to be good with women, I feel like I'm a complete loser, I'm weird, I'm awkward, you know what, I fucking give up in life. Easy to think that way, but I'm telling you, it needs practice. No one is good at this, especially for the first time if they're speaking to a beautiful woman. Even if that woman, is working in the same place as you do, or she's studying the same thing as you do, and you just start talking to her. Or maybe you're training together in some sort of a karate class or something. I don't know. But anyway, if you are not good in those situations, don't worry about it. Step number one, learn the basic of social skills. Step number two, talk with many women. That's the only way that you are going to get good with them. Talk with many women once you obtain a certain level of skills, and talk with them normally, just normally. Because the first woman, you will not be yourself when you're talking to them. And secondly, you will not be able to completely, adapt to their vibe, adapt to their frequency of what they are saying. You're not really paying attention to what they really are saying in the beginning. No problem. That's a skill that you need to practice. Really, that is practical skills in real life scenarios. I've been talking with a lot of professors, PhDs in communication and so on, and they have a lot of teaching experiences, but they haven't done what I've done. I've been taking the best part of communication science and put that into practical methods in social settings and in dating settings. I've done that for thousands and thousands of times. And even those professors, they also mess up sometimes because they don't have the experience of talking to so many people in that particular way. So basically, but does that mean that it's very hard? No, it's not very hard. You just need to do it over and over again in real life scenarios. Really, you need to. And when you start talking to women in real life scenarios, start with the lowest bar, really. One of the biggest part of being good socially is to be able to harness the power of curiosity. If you're curious about people, you start asking questions about them, and then you stay super curious. That is what you're going to do. Start with the lowest bar. If there is a girl working with you, ask her, I'm just curious, what do you think is the best thing working here? What makes, if there would be one thing that is very good at this work, what would that be? and you're quiet and you listen to her. You can ask your classmate that happens to be a beautiful woman, ask her the same thing. I'm just curious, what do you think is the best part of this education, of the things that we are studying right now? I'm just curious, I just want to know. Start there, start with low bar. Many guys think that every time they start talking with a beautiful woman, it always has to be in some way of an attraction. Like, I have to attract her in a certain way, or I have to be funny, playful, I need to be cool in some way. No, you don't have to. So start with the lowest bar and start talking normally to women. I don't want you to do anything than start talking normally to women in the beginning. Because thinking that you can go from not being able to talk with people, not being able to talk with women, to become like this very charismatic guy immediately, I mean, forget about it. If you manage to talk normally to women, and that will be the only thing you do, you will be successful in the end. There's no doubt about it. I've seen that over and over again. I've been coaching over 1,000 men today of how to utilize right social skills when they talk to women. And while they're doing it, I can't see why they shouldn't be successful. And basically all my clients are successful. They are really successful. I've seen guys only using social skills, and that in turn leads to a lot of dates, good relationships, and so on. So there is no specific dating skills. It's much more about your emotional intelligence and your conversational IQ. They're going to determine how well you're doing things when you are interacting with women. Why they are not attracted to you is because you don't have the timing, the flow, things that goes automatically in your brain once you have practiced real life scenario methods to a certain extent, that it becomes natural. Listening skills is one of them. If you can't listen to a woman and then act based on what she said, you will never be really successful. But that thing takes practice and time. It's nothing that you're going to be good at right off the bat. No, you have to practice it. So why you're not attracted to women? It's because you don't know how to act, you don't know how to talk, you don't know how to be around women. And if you don't know how to act around women, then you're not yourself. So guys, let's start becoming more ourselves than ever before. Let's start learning social skills as the first step. And then make a conscious decision to talk normally to as many women as we can, and then we are going to move forward from there. Anyway, guys, I hope you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.